the 8th of December, 2025. We do have 3 hearings tonight, so we will begin our meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance. Is this on? That's okay, there we go. With the Pledge of Allegiance, could you all rise? Julianne, could you lead us in the pledge, please? Thank you very much. Could you please call the roll? Present.
Julianne Nolan.
Present.
Present.
Edward Wynn.
Present.
Juan Leon.
Present.
Daniel Chushin. Frank Santos. Greg Axiola. Matthew Esposito. Rich Casey.
We have a quorum? Okay. Thank you very much. Okay, before we start our public hearing, I'm required to read this statement into the record. The Planning Board shall have the right to rely on any information that is presented by the applicant. If any such information is later found to be inaccurate or incorrect, the Planning Board may determine that any approvals, building permits, or other actions previously granted in connection with the application are null and void. What is our first public hearing?
Public hearing, job number 25-19A, Dominic Associates LLC. Purpose: applicant proposes to construct 2 7,043 square foot single-story industrial buildings along with associated site improvements.
Okay, could you please state you're here on behalf of the applicant?
Yes, I am.
Okay, could you please state your name and address for the record?
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. For the record, Nicole Blanda. I'm an attorney at Bazell, Blanda, and Visconti with offices at 535 Broad Hollow Road in Melville.
Okay, counsel, have you had the opportunity to review the memo dated December 2nd, 2025 from the Planning Commissioner Denise Graziano regarding this application?
Yes, we have.
Are there any issues, any concerns, anything that you would like to bring to the board's attention regarding any of the items on this memorandum?
No, Mr. Chairman, we consent to all the conditions and covenants.
Okay, thank you. Please proceed.
I'm here tonight on behalf of the property owner seeking site plan approval for the construction of 2 one-story industrial buildings for warehouse use on this property. It's located at the southerly dead end of Lucan Drive, which is about 800 feet south of Grand Avenue in Deer Park. It's perpendicular to Lucan Drive, so it has a depth of 100 feet, but a length of 460 feet. It has a lot area of just over an acre at 45,559 square feet. It is presently vacant and wooded, and it's zoned Industry G. We are proposing to construct 2 small warehouse industrial buildings. Each would have 1 story and have 7,043 square feet. The buildings were designed to fit this site and have the parking area be located centrally within the property between the 2 buildings. Each building will face the center of the property, and they will have 2 overhead doors that also face the center of the property, not adjoining properties. Each building is proposed to have about 1,037 square feet of office space in the front, and then the remaining square footage would be warehouse use. We are not proposing any outside storage on this site. So we agree to that covenant. If we should need outside storage in the future, we know that we would have to come back to this board and seek approval. Each building, as I said, will have the 2 overhead doors. We're not anticipating large trucks on this site. Rather, we're anticipating small box trucks, maybe Sprinter vans, things of that nature. In terms of parking, the office use requires 14 spaces. The warehouse use requires 18 spaces. A lot of this, we believe, will be an overlap. In other words, people who work in these buildings, they might use the conference room or office space in the front, and then they may be working in the back where the warehouse/storage use is taking place. So it's not that you have separate employees in separate areas. Usually we find that everyone is kind of using the space conjointly. So we do believe that we will be able to obtain our parking variance. Again, we're providing 17 spaces plus 4 loading spaces. 32 spaces are required. In terms of who we expect to rent to, the property owner has not been able to completely market this site yet. When you don't have buildings built, it is hard to attract tenants. However, they do believe that they would have a mom and pop type warehouse uses. Obviously, it's a smaller space, so you're not going to be attracting like larger corporate users. And they do believe that the hours of operation would be your normal business hours, maybe 7 in the morning till about 5 p.m., 6 p.m. at night. Our refuse enclosure is located in the center of the site for easy access. We are providing a 10-foot rear yard setback to the residential, as well as a full 10-foot buffer area to the residential area, the Quail Run condominiums that are to the south. Notably, on the Quail Run side, they also have some buffer, and then they have their own ring road or roadway parking area as well. And then you see on the aerial, they have their pool and rec building as well as their tennis courts. So just to make the point that we don't immediately abut actual condominiums, but rather we abut more buffer parking area and then what is really their rec space. In terms of the other surrounding area, Lucan Drive is an industrial street. To the north are other industrial zoned and used properties, including automotive uses. To the east are GA zoned properties. You have the Deer Park Tennis Club immediately abutting us to the east. To the west are other industry G zoned properties that are also used in that manner. And as I said, to the south are the Quail Run condos. Again, no outside storage is being proposed here. We do consent to all the covenants and conditions, and I do have here with me tonight our engineer from Nelson and Pope, who'd like to just kind of give the board a little overview of the site functioning.
Please state your name and address for the record.
Scott Reisinger, Nelson and Pope, 70 Maxis Road, Millville, New York.
You swear to tell the
11744.
truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
Please proceed.
Okay, thank you for having us tonight. Before the board, we have this site plan, as Nicole mentioned. Access to the site is in a unique manner, fronting on the long side of the center of this property. It made for a challenging way to lay this property out. We ran through several different conceptual configurations, trying to get different buildings and parking to work out, landing on this as the optimal way to produce the desired building space and parking that we could get. The particular layout, we chose this because of, as you can see, there's a T-shaped FAAR at the end of the road. So that's a fire apparatus access. The fire department can come down the road and be able to have a proper turnaround space without being, hitting the dead end of the road as they currently do. That also allows for truck turning and proper maneuvering of garbage trucks and the like on the site to be able to get in, access the dumpster, back up, and get out without having to back up or back down a road. So that's kind of gives you the overview of why we have these two buildings located on each end of the site. It does make for a unique kind of layout and a unique site in that manner. And hence one of the requests for the two buildings on a single site.
Anything else?
If there's questions on,
Are there any questions? Ed?
Yeah. At this time, do you have any idea what will be stored in the warehouse? I know you don't have a tenant, but
we don't have a tenant, but your typical, if it's some sort of HVAC company, materials for that type of business, or an electrician, plumber, things of that nature would be
Could you get a
stored.
little closer to the microphone? Thank you.
Things of that nature would be stored, supplies for the different tenants that would be moving into and using the facility.
Okay. Are there any other questions? One? Okay. All right, any other questions for the engineer? Dan?
The
So it's given that the buffer is going to be taken down, these properties, these two buildings would be put up. Are the rooftop units going to be on the roof, obviously? And are they going to be enclosed on the side that abuts the residential so that the sound doesn't travel beyond the buffer?
Yes, we can make sure that the sound meets the town code and doesn't travel beyond.
Are they going to be curbed units or are they going to be on dunnage? Or is that TBD?
That's to be determined. Yeah, we haven't gotten that far in the process yet.
I'm sorry, just so we're clear, could you, I didn't understand the question. You're asking if they should be, the question was where are they going to be located?
So if they're going to be curbed, as in curbed on the roof, or if they're going to be put on dunnage, and then if they're going to have at least one barrier on the side that faces the residential, so the sound.
So you don't know?
We don't have those answers at the moment, but
Okay.
we can certainly provide those barriers, and we can submit the manufacturer's noise levels of those units
Okay.
to the building department.
All right, any other questions? Juan?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good evening. Are you aware if a SWIP has been submitted for this application?
No, the SWIP has not been submitted. We are currently developing that. But with the drainage provided, we anticipate that we should be able to meet the requirements.
Thank you.
Gary?
Excuse me, Matt, can you pull up the aerial showing the trees? Yeah, that's one. You said that there's a substantial buffer that will stay for the condominium project. I mean, there's a lot of trees there. It looks pretty good. Do you know how much of that is theirs? How much of that is yours?
So the condominium has kind of, there you go, it's a little bit better. They have a row of plantings on their side,
Right.
plus we're providing an additional 10 feet of a staggered buffer in our landscaping plan.
Okay. Are they bermed? I don't know what the elevation of your site is compared to theirs.
It's not too different. There's not much of a berm.
Okay. How high are the buildings?
Give me 1 second.
Here's our elevations.
You got dimensions on that?
Matt, what is that showing?
Yeah.
22 feet.
Yeah. So,
And what are the plantings that are proposed? How high are they? How high will they get?
Wilson, do you have the planting plan? Okay. So most of the plantings across the back are scheduled to be installed at a 6 to 8 foot height. However, you know, with growth, they'll exceed that height, growing as, you know, as they mature.
That was my question about a berm, to get them lifted right from the beginning. If you have a 22-foot building and 6 to 8 foot plantings, there's not much of a shield for the condominiums.
The one issue with trying to provide a berm in the back is spacing and drainage. So if we try to put a berm in the back, the drainage then gets forced up against the building, and that could be an issue.
If you look at the aerial again, I mean,
Yeah,
I
go ahead.
understand your point, but if you look at the aerial again, they do have their own, you see there's parallel parking spaces as well as the roadway. Then you have the perpendicular parking spaces. And then that building right there is a rec building. Your
Yes.
pool, your tennis courts. The condos that are either to the left or the right, you could see what kind of buffer they have between the other industrial areas as well. So it's really similar to what the condo residents are currently experiencing in other areas of the actual condo complex.
Okay. Yeah, they're about 200 feet from the property line on those two corners, east and west of the community building. It appears to be a fence, if I'm looking at this correct.
Yes,
Okay, there it is. Okay, so those evergreens, those line of evergreens are on the condo side already.
correct. Right, those belong to the condo.
Okay.
And then we'll be providing 10 feet beyond that on our side of buffer, and then the buildings. And they're only one story, you know, these are not two-story or typical industrial buildings where you have really super high, you know.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Are there any other questions? Council or engineer, could you talk to us again about the parking situation? You're looking for relief from the zoning board of, I did the arithmetic here. Is it about, 17 spaces? Is that right?
Correct.
That's correct? Okay, so how do you justify that?
Okay. So per the town code, the parking required calculates to 32 stalls. We are providing 17, which is a 15-stall deficiency.
Okay, I'm sorry. You're right. I did do the arithmetic. It was 15, but I lost that piece of paper. But go ahead.
That's all right.
So you have 17 spaces, and you're looking for relief from the zoning board for 15. Nearly, you have just a little over half of what's required.
Correct.
Okay.
So
How is this going to work?
Sure. Taking a look at the use of these buildings for a typical warehouse, the ITE rates for a warehouse are between 0.3 and 0.5 stalls per 1,000 square feet. So both buildings being 7,000, just over 7,000, just over 7,000. 7,043 square feet. Adding those together, you get 14,086. Dividing through the 0.3 or the 0.5 rate, a warehouse use would typically, per the ITE regulations, require between 5 and 8 stalls. So we're trying to find a middle ground between what the town code requires and then what the ITE
What
calculation
you're
is.
saying here is that the town code requires more parking than the code you just referenced. Did you call it the ICE code?
ITE, International Traffic Engineering.
And what is the basis for the ICE code? How do they arrive at that conclusion?
So they've gone out and they've done studies all across the United States for typical uses, and they produce these rates at actual sites across different areas in suburban, urban, rural, and you can look up in their produced rates of what your use is in what type of zone. So we looked up the warehouse use in a suburban type of setting that we have, and they provided those rates of the 0.3 to 0.5 per 1,000 square foot of typical building area.
To ask council, are they permitted to use this warehouse space for some type of manufacturing in the future? Right. Understood. Okay. Any other questions? No? Any other questions? All right. Thank you. Okay. Is there anyone from the public that would like to address the board regarding this application? No? Okay. All right. Thank you. Since there is no one else that would like to address the board regarding this application at this public hearing, I'm going to ask the board for a motion to close the hearing and to reserve decision. Let's see, a motion by Juan,
Motion to close the hearing and reserve. decision.
Second by Ed. Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Approved. So this hearing is closed, and we've reserved our decision. The decision, as I mentioned, is reserved in order for us to review any feedback that we've received this evening or any open site plans. The record will remain open for written comments. To follow up on the status of the application or submit comments, you can contact the planning board a number of different ways. Those comments would have to be in writing. First, in person. Planning is located on the west wing of Town Hall. Application documents, plans are available for inspection between the hours of 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. or by phone, 631-957-3103, or by email, planningcomments@townofbabylonny.gov. Okay, thank you very much. Okay.
Public hearing, site plan review, Lift Town Board Covenants and Restrictions, job number 23-44AI, Intercounty Realty LLC. Purposes, applicant proposes to construct a 40,041 square foot addition with the 4 new loading docks to an existing 111,477 square foot warehouse building, along with associated site improvements, and to lift town board covenant and restrictions.
Okay, let's let everybody get settled in it. Anybody else want to come forward? Get closer to the action. Of course, those tickets cost more, but we took the glass down. Oh, I'm thinking about a hockey game. I'm sorry. All right. Who's here on behalf of the applicant?
My name is Wayne Alden from Alden Group. We are construction managers and consultants, owners' representatives.
Okay.
In the absence of our attorney, I'm going to introduce the
Well,
project.
then I have to swear you in. Do you swear to
Yes.
tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, please proceed. But before you start, I got a little ahead of myself. The planning commissioner did release a memo regarding this application on the 3rd of December, 2025. There are a series of conditions and covenants of restrictions. Have you had the opportunity to review these with your client?
Yes, we have.
Are there any issues, anything that you would like to bring to our attention regarding any of the covenants or restrictions or conditions or anything else in this memo?
No.
That you want to bring to the board's attention?
No, we've reviewed all the covenants and restrictions with the client, with our architect and engineer, and we accept all the CNRs that
Okay.
were listed in that
So
memo.
you accept all the CNRs? All right,
Yes.
very good. Please proceed. Thank you.
Okay. My name's Wayne Alden from Alden Group. We're at 60 Carlton Avenue, Islip Terrace. We're the construction manager and owner's representative, working with H2M on behalf of Intercounty Baker Supply. Intercounty Bakers has been in business in the town of Babylon for just a little over 40 years, beginning in 1985 in Lindenhurst, Route 109.
Oh, I know exactly where that was.
Okay.
Look, I'm a local. I spent my whole life in the town of Babylon, so yes.
Recently, or in
I used to like
2000.
the smell when things were being baked.
Okay.
I don't know if all the neighbors did, but I liked it. But go ahead, please.
So pardon, I'm reading from a slight script, so. 2013, Intercounty Bakers purchased a building at 1095 Long Island Avenue, approximately 108,000 square feet. As you may know, they distribute, they're wholesale distributors of bakery materials and goods for vendors throughout Long Island and the 5 boroughs. Intercounty's increasing need for cold storage, specifically frozen goods, has increased over the years to the extent that would require them to purchase expansion property to the north of the property and also of the existing property at 1095 and to the east of Comac Road at the end of Nichols Road. Previously owned by RGM Environmental, so this is a different use. Planning to construct a plus or minus 40,000 square foot freezer with a height of 50 feet, which this is a peak height, not the flat roof height. So the more specific parts of the application, parking, I'm accompanied by H2M, our site engineer and our architect, to answer most of those questions. One of the aspects of the building is that it's an addition to an existing building, and it does allow direct access from Comac Road down Nichols Road into the site. So I believe our traffic study showed that it would improve truck traffic inbound and outbound, relieving from Long Island Avenue and sharing with Comac Road and Nichols Road. So.
Okay. Any other questions regarding what you just heard?
The height was 50 feet, did you mention?
To the peak, yes. It's a pre-engineered structure, so it'll have a pitched roof. At the highest point, it's 50 feet.
Now, does that require a variance, or is that within the code?
Yes,
You had? Okay, that's,
yes. Yeah.
Was that the answer you were looking for? That's the answer I was looking for. Okay, fair enough, we got it right.
Sorry.
Okay, is there anyone else that would like, from you with your group, that would like to
Yes.
address the board, please?
Thank you.
Hello, my name
Please
is,
state your name and address for the record.
yes, Lachelle Mosnack, H2M, Architects and Engineers at 538 Broad Hollow Road in Melville.
Hey, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, please proceed.
Okay. I am the project architect for this project, and this project is going to be around a 40,000 square foot addition. It will be, as we discussed, 50 feet high. It is going to be a prefabricated building with insulated metal siding surrounding the 3 sides. We added an accented green color at the corner of Nichols, which will have the signage of Intercounty. The interior is going to be divided into a freezer space and a refrigeration space, as well as a small office.
Anything else?
Nope, that's about it.
You sure? Take your time, no rush. All right, anybody have any questions regarding the renderings or any of the things that were just on the screen? Juan?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. With regarding the height of the 50 feet, which you are asking for a variance, are there any other structures that are similar or close by that are also 50 feet at the peak?
So I don't think we have any in the immediate vicinity. There is a fire tower that the fire department used right across the street. That is a couple stories. I don't think it's not 50 feet, but in one of the renderings, you can see it in the background. That's the closest that we have next to it.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, I think if you could see, look in the west elevation,
Okay,
you can
that's the
see that
west
there. Yeah,
elevation.
correct.
All right. Dan?
So when you say that this facility is going to be used as a freezer area, is the entire space going to have smaller freezer units within them, built around?
We're
or-
actually going to be making a freezer. So the whole interior will be freezer capabilities. We're going to divide, most of it will be freezer, but there will be a small section that will be refrigerated. It's not a box in a box.
Any other? Frank?
Can you go back to the site plan, please? Just curious, going around the building, will there be complete access around it? Is it one way where it's showing the hash marks over here, going along the bottom side of the building?
I'm going to give that question to the civil engineer.
Okay, sorry about that.
No, that's a good question. We'll just have the expert come up here. Okay.
All right.
All right, regarding traffic. Okay. Sir, please state your name and address for the record.
My name's Brian Morell. I am a senior site civil engineer with H2M Architects and Engineers at 538 Broad Hollow Road in Melville, New York.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
Please proceed.
Okay, so traffic circulation. Currently for the site, all the truck traffic comes in off of Long Island Avenue to the easternmost driveway
Okay,
entrance.
Hold on, take your time while this catches up.
Yep.
Okay, go ahead.
They enter in that driveway entrance. It's a one-way driveway around towards the back, coming around the corner, and then they currently wrap all the way back around and come out a different driveway exit on Long Island Avenue. With the proposed expansion and loading docks in the back, trucks will continue to come in from that easternmost driveway entrance. They'll come around and swing in, well, they'll come around that side for the existing loading docks that are on the eastern side of the existing building. They'll come around and they will exit out on Nichols Road to the signalized intersection at Nichols Road and Comac Road. The trucks for the new expansion will be coming in from Nichols Road and will come in, pull forward, and then back into the loading spaces and then exit out on Nichols Road towards Comac Road with the signalized intersection.
Any questions?
Yeah.
Jerry?
Looking at that site plan, looks like you are using the east end of Nichols Road as part of your property. Is that the case?
The east end of Nichols Road ends at the current property line, so basically the end of the road is where there was an existing driveway for the former use.
No.
That's where the entrance was to the former occupant of the property.
I thought when I saw the site plan that showed the dimensions of the parcels, I thought Nichols Road extended all the way back across
So
your property.
Nichols Road had been dedicated or to the previous property owner.
That's what I'm looking at.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right
Okay.
there's like kind of the paper street on.
So
yeah,
you guys have it now?
that was dedicated to the property owner.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Okay. Good. Thank you.
Any other questions? Sure. All right, thank you.
Okay, thanks.
Is there anyone else that would like to address the board regarding this application? No? Okay. Well, I'm going to request a motion from the board to close the hearing and to reserve decision. Let's see, a motion by Frank, second by Jerry. All in favor?
Aye.
Public hearing has now been closed. The decision, though, has been reserved. And in order for us to review any of the comments that have been made, it'll also, I'm sorry, and any received or any open site plans. Are there any open site plans, Matt? Okay, all right, that's fine. So the record will remain open, though, for written comments. To follow up on the status of the application or to submit written comments, you can contact the Planning Department in a number of different ways. In person, planning is located on the west wing of Town Hall. Application documents, plans are available for inspection between the hours of 9 and 4 p.m. or by phone, 631-957-3103, or by email, planningcomments@townofbabylonny.gov. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Let's go back to our agenda.
Informational hearing, barbed wire, job number 2025-002 BW, New York State Solar. Purposes to erect fencing around the parking lot of an existing industrial building and legally maintain outdoor storage of vehicles.
All right, come on up.
Good evening, Mr.
Could you
Chairman.
please state your name and address for the record?
Raymond Caliendo, Art of Form Architectural Services, PLLC, 159 Broadway, Amityville.
Okay, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do. And with me is our project manager, James Gentilesco.
Okay, come on up so I can swear you in. Please state your name and address.
Hi, my name is James Gentilesco from Artiform Architects. Address is 159 Broadway in Amityville.
Okay, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, both of you do. Okay, please proceed.
Okay, our primary interest here is to receive permission to construct barbed wire fencing on the property for security reasons. This particular occupant has had many vandalism problems throughout the years. We've actually ordered the police reports. We don't have them handy yet, but we've actually ordered the police reports for the break-ins that document their problems. And yeah, that's basically it. The barbed wire fence, outdoor storage of vehicles, and maintaining of temporary structures on site.
Matt, could you trace, you're tracing it, can you trace the barbed wire, where the barbed wire will be placed? Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it, yeah.
A little bit, yeah. And
There we go, and around
close
there.
it off there, that's it.
Okay, so that's the existing warehouse, and what's in front here? That's, okay, so that's parking? Let's see what we're looking at here, okay.
Yes.
By the way, did everybody fill out? They're doing it now. Oh, what about these gentlemen? You don't have to do it right now, but before you leave, please. You just fill out. You could do. No, we'll finish the hearing, and then you just fill it out so we have your written name and address, the stuff that we swear,
Sure.
so we have the proper record.
Sure.
Okay. Do any of the board members have any questions regarding this application? No? Okay. Can you give us, by the way, you can submit the police reports, whatever you get them as part of the record, will be part of the record. But just give us a sense of the kinds of vandalism and things that they've had to contend with.
Yeah, they have been submitted. I believe it was in our application.
Okay.
It's just a written thing on their accounts of what happened. They said it's going to take about 6 months to get the police reports.
Okay.
So.
All right, fair enough. Okay, Frank?
But this has been, it's been an ongoing problem with them, that they're pretty much.
We understand the situation. How tall is the fence? Go ahead.
It is a 5-foot fence and then 1 foot of barbed wire, so 6 foot total.
Are you aware of any of the other neighboring properties having an issue with vandalism?
No, not that we know of.
Do any of the neighboring properties have barbed wire to protect their property that you're aware of?
No.
Let's go
we know
back
of.
to the,
Okay.
yeah, okay.
Right. Just so I can get an understanding, is it the nature of the business, or what makes your property more of a target, not other neighboring properties?
Is it the solar panels?
So they store their company vehicles in the back in the parking lot, so we figure they are targeting the expensive materials that are inside the car. They also they have those temporary storage that is outside, so it's visible to the people, so it's, easy target.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions? No? All right. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, I'm going to request a motion to close the hearing and to reserve decision. Let's see, motion by Dan. Motion. Second by Juan.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. The hearing is closed and we're reserving decision. It's been reserved. Do we have any open site plans on this? I don't think so. Okay, all right. So this will come back to the board when everything is closed. All right. So if anyone has any questions or wants to submit any information, they can do it via written comments. To follow up on the status of the application or to submit written comments, contact the Planning Department in a number of different ways. In person, planning is located on the west wing of Town Hall. The documents, the plans are available for inspection between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m., or by phone, 631-957-3103, or by email planningcomments@townofbablinny.gov. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Have a nice evening.
Thank you, you too. Stay warm.
Thank you, you too.
Okay. All right, that concludes the public portion